one of the things about having a Green MP is that I think it will finally resolve this strange question, which shouldn't even be an issue, of whether I participate in the next televised federal leaders debate as leader of the Green Party or not. Clearly the vast majority of Canadians want to see me in the leaders debate. Electing Mike will be a way that I think will basically seal the deal. I think it could go either way right now, and Mike Nagy as Green Party MP from Guelph, which will happen through the by-election, will make all the difference in getting me in the leaders debates. Now, why that matters is that, frankly, the leaders' debates have become a very stagey event, lacking in spontaneity, where a group of guys in suits get up and try to sell themselves like tubes of toothpaste. There's no real sense of issues or policy or engagement.
It's the same issues over and over talked about, and nothing seems to move forward.
And it's also that the most critical issues don't get talked about.
Right.
So the 2006 televised leaders debates, no discussion on foreign policy at all. No mention of Afghanistan, no discussion or debate on Kyoto, much less how we'd actually get to the targets.
Right.
So if we're going to make democracy in Canada work, if we're going to turn back on the voters who've turned off and tuned out, it has to be about things that matter, that are real, that affect our future. Things like the climate crisis, things like issues of social justice, human rights, the question of whether we live in a peaceful world or one that's increasingly at war against a nebulous concept like terrorism. So we have got to have that leaders debate, engage with green ideas, and my pledge to you, as I've said, tell the truth all the time, regardless of whether it advantages Greens or not. I want Canadian voters to know where all the other parties stand, and I want a constructive and positive debate about issues.
And I think it'll bring, what I'd like is it's going to bring, excuse the pun, but an organic conversation going on in the debates, opposed to, like you say, the scripted thing where it's a constant deflection from the real issues, because they have their agenda and it's not necessarily the agenda that's the right thing for Canadians. And that we need to start talking about the agenda that is best for Canadians.
Yeah, I think what I find most frustrating about the old style of politics is when it's more about spin and trying to score points than actually discuss issues in ways that leave the voters with an opportunity to really figure out which party stands where, what the differences are between the positions, how they'd like to engage themselves in making these policy choices happen. So with a respectful debate that really focuses on issues and isn't about attack ads or mudslinging, I think that could really restore a healthy vibrancy to Canadian democracy that simply isn't going to happen if we're not in the debates.
Yeah, actually, it's funny you say the mudslinging, because time and time again during the last election, I got, even for people who weren't necessarily Green, disgust with the negative ads, and they did not like the mudslinging. They didn't like negative campaigning, and we picked up votes because of that, because we try and take the high road and the cooperative approach.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the sad things about this notion about attack ads is the notion that attack ads work. And I wonder, my view is that they work in this narrow band of you might be able to win an election using them. But what you're doing over time is steadily eroding the voting base. You're turning people away in droves from their duty and right to vote in a democracy. Thinking, what's the point? This is such a degraded exercise. Right. And I think if we rise above that, which we always do, and run a respectful campaign and really try to reach out to the people who've basically either never voted or gotten sick of it because the old line parties let them down so often. If we can bring those people back in, we've done a service for democracy no matter how the election goes.
And I think you have a real opportunity here. Canadians will be watching the debate and they'll say, we weren't even talking about these things. How come they haven't told me that's going on?
I know.
And you're going to be bringing those up. And people are lights are going to come on and are saying, I think I'm being misled. I think things are being hidden from me.
Well, I had a fascinating experience not long ago speaking with a very well-informed reporter, a journalist I really respect, and he said, what besides environment bothered me about Harper's policies? And I said, well, the agreement that we made without even having it before the House of Commons, that U.S. soldiers could be on Canadian soil under U.S. command whenever a disaster is declared. And he said, when did that happen? It wasn't enough in the media, even for a journalist who's well informed to know about it. So we really do need to have a really rich discourse, dialogue that's grounded in real issues and not around personalities and mudslinging.
Right. Well said.